everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Claire and I put out videos about luxury bags and accessories. So if that is your thing, please click on the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and you'll know when I upload a new video. I have an unboxing today. It's a Wishlist unboxing, and you'll probably realise what it is from the title. But yes, these were on my wish list that I recently put out. I will link that video down below if you haven't seen it. And this is the first item from my wish list that I have now ticked off for 2024. And this is a pair of shoes from Roger Vivier. Now, Harrods last weekend, I'm filming this on a Sunday, so it was the weekend prior to this, the Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Harrods had one of their 10% off weekends, where if you're a Harrods rewards card holder, you can get 10% off, which I am obviously, and Roger Vivier is included within that 10%, so I thought if I was going to get these, then was a good a time as any and have the 10% off. Now, I actually ordered 2 pairs. And there is a story, so I'm going to unbox this pair, which other pair I absolutely love and that I am definitely keeping. The other pair are going back. They are currently packaged up and are going to be picked up tomorrow to be returned. So I will unbox these and then I'll go into the story time as to why I'm keeping these and why the other ones need to go back. So obviously Roger Vivier come in this beautiful red box. It's a lovely shade of red. Now these did come in a massive Harrods box, and I did actually make 2 separate orders, and even though there was just 1 pair of shoes in each box, it was absolutely enormous and it's just too big to bring in here and put on the screen. But they did obviously come in a great big Harrods cardboard box. So let's get into it. Let's take the lid off, which is a bit tight. So inside you have the little care card. It's a bit difficult to read because it's kind of a pale grey writing on the red. So it is, as I say, if I show you that, it's quite difficult to read that if you've got old eyes like I have. And basically I think it's the care instructions, how to clean the shoes in various languages. Then we have the 2 dust bags. Then we have a mountain of tissue. And here is what I got. Now, I was talking about different colours, possibly different styles in my wish list video. Which colour did I go for? Well, here we go. Here's the first one. Let's pop that out. And you will see that I decided to go for the grey. And let's take all the bits out there. And I'll get the other one out in a second. But there is the Roger Vivier Belle Trompette in the 4.5 centimetre heel with the gorgeous kind of signature Roger Vivier silver buckle. So hopefully you can see that all right. There we go, it's back in focus. So that is one of the ones that I talked about on my wishlist video. I said I was very tempted by the grey. I think I said I was going to go for black first, but however, in the time between filming that video and purchasing these, I'd given it a lot of thought and I really decided that I wanted to go for a different colour. I wanted to go for the grey. So there's the pair. Now, the story time. Yes, I decided I wanted to go for the grey. I decided I wanted to go for the shorter heel, and I felt these would be very comfortable as a work shoe, and I felt they would go with quite a few pairs of my wide leg trousers that I wear to work. I have a navy pair, and I have obviously tried these on. I've tried them on with the navy pair. They go brilliantly. They go beautifully with my black pair of wide leg trousers, and they do go really nicely with most of my skirts and dresses that I wear to work as well. So I'm very happy with them in terms of colour and how they go. So when I was browsing the Roger Vivier section of the Harrods website last weekend, I did see another version of these shoes with the much slimmer and slightly longer heel. It's a 7 centimetre heel, and I quite like the look of those as well. Now, they had them in a couple of different colours, but I was particularly drawn to the ones in a sort of a beigey colour. Now, they were described as brown, but there was also some shoes on there, the same colour but different styles, that was described as taupe. So it was a kind of a taupey brown colour. And they were also described as patent leather. Obviously these ones, as you can see, are patent leather. So they were described as patent leather as well. And they were described as Belle Trompettes. These, as I understand it, are also bell trompettes, but obviously these were just in a higher heel. So I thought I'd like to order those and try the higher heel as well, because I thought maybe a nice beige neutral pair in a higher heel might be nice to get as a slightly dressier pair. Again, I could probably wear them to work with maybe longer skirts and dresses. Now I had tried a pair of very similar shoes to these on in Harrods at the beginning of January, when I had to go back to Harrods to take a certain Fendi item back, which if you haven't seen the video about that, please watch that. I will link it down below, about my birthday bag and what happened around that. Obviously I had to go to Harrods regarding that bag, and I thought while I was there it was so much quieter than when I went before Christmas during my birthday week. I mean, it was like a totally different place. It was absolutely heaving when I went on my birthday week, obviously, because that was literally about 3 or 4 days before Christmas. And this was the first week of January. I thought it might be busy because of January sales, but compared to Christmas week, it was just so quiet. So it actually allowed me a little bit more time to kind of wander around and see some of the things that I just didn't have time to fit in during my previous visit. And one of those was trying on some Roger Vivier shoes. Now I went up to the Roger Vivier boutique, and I will say it was not a great experience. The sales associate that helped me, she was nice enough, but first of all she didn't really seem to have that much knowledge, because I was asking her questions about the different styles, because I'd never tried these shoes on before. I really didn't know what would suit me. I wasn't quite sure what certain styles were called. It's all thanks to Dale from Dale's Addiction, who I know most of my subscribers know very well. It's all thanks to her that I really know about this brand, and I've obviously seen her wear various Roger Vivier shoes and talk about them on her channel, so really my knowledge was kind of limited to what I've learnt from Dale, but seeing the shoes on her channel, I knew they were shoes that I really liked the look of, I really wanted to try. So I was asking the sales associate various questions, and she didn't seem to know the answer, or as I found out since, she kind of gave me wrong information, which really confused me a little bit. But I asked her if I could try a pair of these on. They had these ones in the boutique in grey on the shelf, obviously not in my size, so I asked her if I could try them on in my size. I also asked her if I could try some other styles on and some other colours, just to get a feel. She went away for ages and ages. She was gone for ages. When she finally came back, she had one pair of shoes, and she said they were the only shoes that she got in my size. Now, I'm a size 39, UK size 6, and I felt it really strange, because that's quite an average size, that in the whole boutique she only had one pair in that size. So I was okay, well I'll try them anyway, and they were in black. I tried them on, they were nice, they felt a bit stiff, but they were the right size. I felt if I went up a size in those particular shoes, they would be too big. She did have a beige pair of shoes in a different size, and I kind of just put those on my feet as best I could, just to get the idea if I liked the beige colour too, and I did, but she didn't have any of the grey ones for me to try or anything like that. So I kind of felt from that, well, it seems like the shoes in this style, a 39, will fit. And I said to her, I was asking her about the trompette and the bell trompette, because I didn't really understand the difference. And she said to me, oh, the bell are the ballet flats only. And I thought, oh, okay. I've since found out that's not actually the right information, because these, I think I might have said, are the bell trompette. So obviously these are not ballet flats. And actually, as I was leaving the boutique, I did go over to some other shoes, and I picked up a pair like that with heels and turned them over, and they said bell trompette as well. And I thought, well, clearly they're not ballet flats. So again, I was very confused. So I left the boutique feeling a little bit disappointed that I hadn't kind of come away with more information about the shoes, and really knowing that there's maybe perhaps one style that does fit me in a 39, but I'm not quite sure about any of the other styles. Since then, I did do a bit of research online, and I have had a little chat with Dale, because obviously say she does know her Roger Vivier shoes, so I found out a little bit more about them, and that's where I found out that, yeah, the bell trompette style are not just ballet flats, they do come in other heel sizes as well. The other thing I had been a little bit concerned about was that when I did try the black pair on in Harrods, they did feel quite stiff, and I wondered how well they'd give and if they would be comfortable going forward, how well they'd break in. And I did ask that question on my wish list video, and again I had quite a few subscribers say to me, yep, they do break in quite easily. I find my Roger Vivier shoes really comfortable. So thank you everybody that reassured me that they are, you know, fairly easy to break in. Indeed, just trying these on and walking around on the carpet in them for about 10 minutes, they've started to soften already and they've started to feel much more comfortable. So I'm fairly confident that I can probably wear those all day at work and they'll be okay. So as I say, I felt fairly confident ordering those. Wasn't too sure about the higher ones, but I thought, well, it's worth ordering and giving them a try. Now, when I opened the beige shoes, two things struck me straight away. First of all, the buckle was gold. Now, in the photograph on the website, it did look like the buckle was silver. Obviously, these ones are silver, and I'm thrilled with that because silver hardware on shoes and bags is my preference, although I have got a lot of bags with gold hardware on now, but preference overall is silver. So I was very pleased that they were silver, but the beige ones were gold. Now, I know sometimes on website photos gold can look silver and vice versa. So I thought, okay, they look silver but they are actually gold. It didn't say on the description whether they were silver or gold, so I just thought, right, okay, but the gold were okay. I thought I can live with the gold. The other thing that struck me was, again, they were described as patent leather. They weren't patent leather, they were smooth leather, but again, it was quite nice. It was a nice smooth leather, and I thought, well, actually, again, they don't have to be patent. I quite like the look of this smooth leather. However, I did notice there was a big difference, and that was in the shape of the shoe. Now, if I put a picture up here, you'll see the grey shoe and the beige shoe side by side, and you'll see there is quite a difference in terms of the shape and the length at the top of the shoe. The grey shoe definitely has more length and covers more of your foot. The beige shoe is slightly higher up your foot. Now, I looked on the website, and from what I could see on the Roger Vivier website, the grey shoes, where they are that little bit longer down the foot, they are described as the Belle Trompette or the Belle Vivier pumps, and the beige ones described as the Trompette pumps. And you can see in the photos on the website that they are slightly different shapes. So I thought, oh, that's why obviously they are two different styles of shoe. Although they were both described on the Harrods website as Belle Trompettes, obviously one of them isn't, and so they are slightly different styles. But again, not to worry, I like the look of the brown ones. I thought, you know, let's see. I put my foot in them, and I have to say they were really, really tight and uncomfortable, and they made my foot look awful. They made my foot look really wide and pudgy, and my feet aren't particularly wide. And now, I've mentioned this before when I was talking about my wish list, I do have one foot slightly bigger than the other. And obviously, when I put shoes on, usually the foot that is slightly bigger will feel a bit tighter in shoes than the one that is a bit smaller. With these shoes, bizarrely, it was the other way round. My foot that was slightly bigger felt quite comfortable, or more comfortable, than the foot that was slightly smaller, and I just thought that was really weird. But overall they were just, as I say, too uncomfortable. So I had another little chat with Dale about these, and I said, I think I've been sent the wrong shoes. I'm a bit confused because they're supposed to be patent and they're not. They're supposed to be Belle Trompette, and on the Roger Vivier website they're kind of described as something else. She was saying that they're the style of shoe that she usually wears, and she finds them quite comfortable. So I'm not giving up on that other style completely. It may be in the future that I try them again, maybe half a size up. Maybe they will look better on my feet, maybe half a size up. I don't know. I don't want to give up on them. I'd like to try them again, maybe in a different size. However, I am thrilled with these. These fit me perfectly. As I say, these are a size 39. I usually am a 39, so for me these were true to size. Just one thing to note if you ever get these shoes, obviously you've got the buckle. It is attached with a tiny little round plate under here, and the first time I put them on one of my feet, I could feel that plate just slightly pushing against the top of my foot. Again, after I wore them for a few minutes, I didn't really feel that so much anymore, but I'm just going to maybe be aware of that the first time I perhaps wear these all day, and maybe take a couple of plasters with me just to put you know, over that kind of area where that little plate might be pushing into. I'd imagine it's probably okay, and after a few wears I'm sure it will be okay. But yeah, so I have my first wish list item, which is this pair of shoes. I'm not that disappointed that I'm having to send the other ones back. I wasn't quite 100% sure about what I was ordering with them because I hadn't tried that higher style on. The heel height was fine. The 7 centimeters heel height is a really nice height. So, you know, again, in future, I'm quite happy to have these in that heel height. But for the time being, I'm very happy with this kind of smaller heel, the 4.5. As I say, works really well with most of my trousers, skirts and dresses. So yeah, and I'm really pleased that I have opted for the grey. I don't have any other grey shoes. The closest I have, I've got them here, is my kind of silver and black ballet pumps from Mint Velvet. Which are a very dark sort of silver, dark grey colour. So really this colour is totally different for me. Have nothing like this in my wardrobe in terms of shoes at all. So I'm really looking forward to sort of styling these and wearing these. So yeah, I'm really happy with these. Thank you to Dale for kind of, you know, introducing me to this brand. I think it was one I was vaguely aware of in the past but had never really investigated in any detail. You know, thank you for introducing me to the brand because I really am pleased with these. Thank you to the information that my subscribers gave me. That was really useful. And please, if you've liked the video, give it a thumbs up. So happy to have ticked the first thing off my wish list, and we will see what I tick off in the future. Let me know down in the comments what you think of those shoes, and let me know if you wear the other style, the slightly higher style, and whether you think it might be worth me sizing up half a size in those, and maybe I'll get on better if I do that. But again, thanks for watching, and I really look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye everyone.